On August 6, 1945, the first nuclear bomb in history was detonated in the city of Hiroshima after the discovery of nuclear fission in December 1938 by the Germans, which caused terror in America, which led to the desire of a physicist named Robert Oppenheimer to include many scientists from different countries of the world, including Albert Einstein, in order to help him in a secret project that allows nuclear tests in a remote desert in Los Alamos to annihilate the Axis countries, namely Germany and Italy, as well as Japan in World War II. But in April 1945, the American President Franklin Roosevelt died, and weeks after that, Adolf Hitler died. But this did not make the Americans stop this project because they still had a fierce enemy. Japan refused to give up. On July 16, 1945, they experimented the first successful nuclear bomb. After the panic and terror inhabited them because Robert was thinking about what if there was a nuclear merger. The hydrogen atoms in the atmosphere and high heat would inevitably generate crazy energy and the explosion would be much bigger. And that's what Oppenheimer said at that moment.
Now I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
After the first nuclear bomb was launched in Hiroshima, as we said at first, about 140,000 people died in just seconds, but with everything that happened, Japan refused to surrender, which made America launch another atomic bomb after 3 days in Nagasaki, which caused the death of 70,000 people, which made the Japanese emperor subdue and surrender on 9 September to save his people from the mass destruction that can happen after that. And that's how World War II ended. Oppenheimer became the focus of attention for many countries. After all, he was the man who stopped the war and invented the atomic bomb. But the problem is that America still wants to strengthen this weapon and develop it even though everything is over, and they certainly wanted to Robert's help. But he told them, why do you want to strengthen a weapon that wipes entire cities? We don't need that. What will you benefit? He even disagreed with the new American President Truman because of this, and he said to him, Robert, when do you expect the Soviet Union to make the first atomic bomb? Robert shut up and was shocked by what he said. Oppenheimer answered, Truman, my hands are stained with blood, and he meant that many innocent people died because of his invention. The American president felt insulted, so he took him out of his office. In 1949, the Soviet Union created the first atomic bomb, and this news shocked the Americans here. They began to understand what if a war occurred between them. It would inevitably be a disaster, and both countries would be destroyed. So what was the Americans' reaction? Let's make a much stronger bomb, the hydrogen bomb. The inventor of this bomb was a scientist named Edward Teller, and he was one of the scientists who worked with Robert Oppenheimer in the manufacture of the atomic bomb. But before a long time, he was thinking about this bomb, and the idea is to have an initial nuclear fission and then the hydrogen atoms in the atmosphere merge. If the atomic bomb surveys cities, the hydrogen bomb will destroy everything completely. And this is the difference between it and the atomic bomb. This bomb inevitably has a great and very dangerous interaction. But nonetheless, Oppenheimer opposed this decision and had a lot of enemies and even his friends. He was remorse because of the death of many Japanese because of the nuclear radiation he made. He thought that the wars would stop after seeing these deadly forces. And this is what he said in an interview and expressed his feeling when he saw the atomic bomb for the first time.
Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent.
And everyone tried to put him in trouble and brought things from his past. Robert, before the war, was inclined to the communist movement when America and the Soviet Union were allies. But after the Second World War, specifically in the Cold War, America was opposed to anyone who was inclined to communism and considered a security risk. Although Oppenheimer was not very immersed in communist thought, but the enemies who made them began to search for his past and slander him and accused him of being a spy leaking news to the Soviets and demanded the withdrawal of his security powers. They even took a hearing session as a trial in which they brought his colleagues, including Edward Teller, the inventor of the hydrogen bomb, and betrayed him and testified against him only only because Oppenheimer refused to help him in the hydrogen bomb project, and then Robert retired from the world from physics. In the end, Robert Oppenheimer got lung cancer. Smoking overcame him and died in 1976 at the age of 62, and from my view, his story didn't end. The invention he made is still ongoing.